Well, hey, everybody. Welcome.
Hey, everybody. Welcome.
Welcome to part 2 of our recap from Naughty New Orleans 2025. We are in the midst of talking about our fucking amazing week at in New Orleans, at Naughty New Orleans. And we wrapped up segment 1, part 1, with the end of day 1. Yes. It took us an hour to get to the end of day 1.
Again, day 5
for us. We pre-game a lot. And we do. And if you
we love to pre-game and tailgate. That's kind of our jam.
We do. And if you guys have the time, the money, the ability to hang out in New Orleans for a couple extra days,
it's well worth it.
Highly recommend it. We have fine-tuned this shit down to a science. So, yeah. And expanding our reach a little bit. But anyway, so we are actually on this is the start of day 2 for us. The
actual
day
event.
2 for Naughty. Day 6 for us.
Day 6 for us, day 2 for Naughty. So this is Thursday, which is day 2 of Naughty New Orleans. So if you missed it, go back and listen to part 1 of this episode. But we talk about all the lead up. We've had day 1. We are now starting day 2, which was a very busy day for us.
They were all
Every
busy.
day was busy for us, but this was a particularly
Thursday
busy
was
day.
the
This was the
busiest
busiest day. I think.
This was another day that we didn't have.
Yeah.
We didn't have time for dinner. That we
we
literally.
yes.
We bought chicken again and
No. Thursday we had the banquet.
Thursday was the fetish feast.
That's right.
A little bit different.
Yeah,
we're going to talk about that in a minute. But yes,
it's all jumbled for me.
I know.
Yes, it was fast and furious.
He was working. So.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
We'll get to that. Yes,
he was. Sexy
talent.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Was the talent.
Yes, you have the T-shirt to prove it. So Thursday started with us waking up and racing over to the Nopsy to do another Naughty for Newbies workshop or orientation class. Like I said, we do that at 2. We do that at the Astra and the Nopsy. We do it on Wednesday night and Thursday morning for folks who weren't there to make it for Wednesday night. And that is just an amazing little 1 hour get together where we talk about what the event, what to expect, how to manage the event, how to the logistics of it, and then not only that, but then some tips and tricks that we've had from the past, and then we take anybody's questions. So it's a great thing to come to. If you've not been to Naughty New Orleans, please do plan on that on your calendar, on your agenda on either the Wednesday night or Thursday morning, because you will love it, and it will bring you a lot of information. For us that day also, though, we also did our panels.
Yes.
The men's and women's panel.
So we were on the men's and the lifestyle. You guys were on the men's and the lifestyle, and we did the women's and the lifestyle panel. And it was kind of just a space and a place for folks to come in and just talk about being in the lifestyle. Yeah. So it was women's only on the women and women only and men only on the men's side. We did have some couples on the women's side. I don't know if you guys experienced this, but the couples would come in together and I would say, yay, I'm so glad you're here. It's women only. And the guys would go, oh.
The look on their face.
Oh.
I know, so dejected. And we're like, but the guys are over there, so just go on over there.
So I did not know this until this moment. That explains why people were coming in late. At least dudes were coming in.
Droopy men that were like, oh man.
Ladies are kicking us out.
We did have 1 or 2 women who were like, what? No.
Yeah.
No. And they tried to just kind of quietly sit there, and they kept getting the nudge, and they finally left. But it was
we wanted a safe space.
I think we'll make it a little bit more obvious next year. But yeah, that was really, really neat. I can all speak, or we can, Crimson and I were both there together. With actually Nessa from Hump Day Quickies was there, Jackie Melfi from Open Love 101, and Colette's was there. That was so great, Jackie, to have you there. She is always amazing and has such great insight, and she's just awesome. And then we had some other amazing ladies that joined us that were all mostly relatively new. Oh, Liv Love also joined us. Look up Liv on Instagram as well. She is an amazing blogger and alternative lifestyle advocate. I don't think that either of you two got to meet her.
I did not.
She's amazing.
Because if you did, Tristan would remember meeting Liv. So would Phoenixx, but she's
She
adorable.
had the most amazing arms.
She's just beautiful. She's just amazing and beautiful. But her soul, I mean, she just radiates. I don't even know what the word is. Just comfort, just love.
Yeah,
She just
yeah.
radiate. You just want to hug her when you
She's
get in
just
about a 2-foot
a
radius.
beautiful human being.
An amazing woman. I cannot wait to hopefully have her on our podcast, but meet her more and spend more time with her. And so other than that, we had some amazing ladies that came in and were relatively new in the lifestyle. So we may need to like really change this panel a little bit more to newbies in the lifestyle or something, because it really, I think it really lent itself well.
It was
to talking about
it
some
was
of the
nice because they had
struggles.
questions.
What do
and-
you not for you guys?
We had a different experience.
Really?
Okay.
So, and, you know, contribute.
We have
but,
not talked about this, but
No, we haven't talked at all. And
Yeah,
so, like, for
we
our
didn't.
panel, you know, so G from Hump Day Quickies was the moderator. He was amazing. I mean, he's a dear friend of ours, an incredibly intelligent man who did a wonderful job of moderating this panel. And there were a few of us on the panel, and there were 9, 10, 11 guys. Yeah, it wasn't a huge audience,
a small
but
group.
the conversation, just like from the beginning, I mean, it was very vulnerable, which is what was amazing.
It
which
went
is
deep
exactly
fast.
exactly what we wanted
Good.
and exactly what we needed as men. It went deep fast. You're right, exactly right. And
what I found surprising, with the exception of one gentleman who had a very complex situation to talk through, at the end of the day, when you really boil it down, the topic for almost everyone else in the room, in one way or another, was what I referred to ultimately as situational erectile dysfunction.
yeah.
Let me give you the Reader's Digest version of this. I got no problem with my wife. I got no problem with my girlfriend. I get with a stranger. What the dude, where are you at? And this is something we've discussed before.
for you audio.
If you're not watching, there was a visual there. It looked at my crotch. Yeah, but I mean, we've talked about this before. This is a really common thing. And so the reason I say I don't want to make this about newbies is because some of these guys weren't new.
Yeah.
They were like, I've been
All
at
of
this a
us,
couple of
yes.
years. I should know better. I should know the tricks. I should understand how to make this work.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
And
I
we
feel
were like,
there's two
yeah,
separate
welcome to the
panels.
game.
Yeah.
I think that's a whole nother.
That's a
That's a
whole
whole
nother-
nother. When
Yes.
your buddy doesn't work when
Right.
you want him to. What do I do? Panel.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that.
All of us.
That
have
is
that
the
problem.
dirty little secret of men in the lifestyle.
So for the women, what would you say are?
We talked a little. Honestly, we did talk a little bit about that,
We did
and
talk a
we
little bit about
kind
that.
of gave our female perspective of that, and how if you've been in lifestyle for a while, you know that's a problem guys have, and you deal with it. You don't shame anybody or anything
Right.
like that. You're just
Thank
like, okay,
There's
you
no
know, just-
shame.
yeah, no,
just-
not at
yeah,
all.
no.
Oh, for you two ladies, there's no shame. Let's take a survey in the room. Have you ever felt shamed?
Well,
Actually, no. You know what? I have not, and at least not overtly. But that's not to say that it hasn't happened for
or
me.
not to say
Yeah.
embarrassed.
I'm just
either.
saying. But y'all I've been completely embarrassed from time, and I have felt very badly from time to time.
You have
But
felt
I am lucky enough, because I know your story. I am lucky enough that I have never been overtly shamed by somebody. Like unfortunately you have been.
I had one lady look at me and say, well, this isn't working. And she stood up and left the room.
Oh, hang on a second. I take it back. I take it back. At a party that Crimson and I were at, the woman said, next. I forgot about that. I think I blocked that.
That's
out.
horrible.
too.
Yeah, I forgot
That's
about it. I think
bad.
I blocked
That's a
it
whole
out.
nother. We did
Yeah.
an episode a while
Ladies.
back, but
Yeah,
So
that's
we
about
just
the
would have
A
worst
little
thing that you can do.
compassion is
Go
all
back.
it
Yeah, I
takes.
think it's like
Yeah, we
episode
did.
25
No,
or
wait, no.
7, 27.
13. I'm gonna.
Oh, maybe.
Ah,
Yeah,
shit, I
you're
don't-
right.
I don't even remember. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I forget what it's called about. But we talked a lot about men
Men
where
and
you guys experience that, and women as what we can do to help for
Right.
that. So check
Right.
that out. We'll have to put
And
that
next
in the
is not
notes.
it.
no.
Yeah. That is if you want to help your partner, and if you don't want to ruin everybody else's night. But anyways, these things happen though. They
Yes.
do happen.
Yes.
It's part of life.
But I think it was a great, the panels were a great opportunity for newbies or anybody, if they have questions, to ask people that have been in lifestyle for a while. So I thought it was great. I thought it was very helpful for those people.
And for us as well.
Yeah.
It actually was one of the highlights for me. And going in, it was kind of something on my schedule. And like, okay, whatever, I'll be there and contribute what I can. But it wound up being a very powerful conversation among a very close knit, tight group of men, and we became very close knit and tight very quickly.
Right.
I really enjoyed it. It was very powerful, and And I would love to do it again next year and in future years.
Yep. And I think it's worth mentioning, we say this often. We find ourselves saying it more and more because of who we are, because of what we do, because we are so deeply steeped in the lifestyle at this point in life. We tend to forget what it's like when you're just a couple coming to events, trying to figure out how to make all this work. And so most of the guys in the room were genuinely surprised that ultimately all of us went, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
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 The guys sit around in silence and they think that this is only their problem.
Yeah.
It's everybody's problem.
It's the women's problem
It
too,
is,
by the
yeah.
way, because
Well-
we don't want to make you feel badly. We know
Some of you don't. Most of you don't.
most of us do not. I'm going to
No,
say
and then a lot of women also think that it's them.
Right.
Like, I'm
Oh,
not
yeah, that-
attractive
you're
enough.
not
Yeah.
interested in me.
Yeah.
And that did come up.
Right.
We're like, don't think like that. You know,
And I try to own it when it happens. You know, it's like, this is not you. It's like, I'm having an off night. There's a lot going on, whatever. You know, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
Humans are human.
I think we're going to have 2 panels about that specifically next year.
I think that's a
We'll
great
figure
idea.
out
That's a
what
good
to name them, but
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
because ours was more for the ladies. It was a lot of talk about kind of being new, but it ended up, and so for women, it tends to be more jealousy.
Yeah.
Is one topic, very strong topic, about how do we get over feelings or allowing our spouses to go out and do the things that we want them to do, but then not be holden to our own feelings. We talked a lot about that. And then also about when things don't go right.
Right. Yeah.
So they were great panels. They were great discussions, but I think we can open that up a little bit further. I think there's a real need for it.
There is a need.
And I don't know where or when that timing should be to help people get to that, but we'll figure
I would
it
just
out.
redo the men's panel and have it that.
Yeah, I know.
'Cause
I
like
think
that-
we'll
that's
figure it
all
out.
that's-
Yeah, we'll definitely figure it out. But it was
All right.
it was a great
It was.
It was a great
It
time, and I wish more people had been able to carve time out of their schedules for that. But it's a Thursday is a busy day for bar takeovers and classes, and you know
You can't do everything.
the education department does a great job of having a lot of different types of things.
Gee, I wonder who's in charge of that.
So
Whoever that
what
head
can you
mistress
possibly
is.
choose?
So
I
I'm
mean,
typically the one who does the shameless plugs, but holy I'm not the headmistress.
I know, man. The opening was there was organic as but I was going for I saw a window. I dove right in.
I love it when
But,
you do that.
You know, I know you do. Let's talk about the other class that we went to next. So this was our, so here we are on Thursday, end of the day on Thursday, and I am finally able to actually attend something that I would like to see.
And so how many classes did we actually, because we were so busy.
This was
Attend?
it.
I wanted to go to
this
every
was
fucking
it.
one,
Yeah.
but all right. So this is
This
one
was
that we
the one
all
class
four,
we all wanted to take.
all four wanted to go to.
Yeah, there were others, but we
Yeah.
split up. But
Yeah.
but this was Reed Mihalko did From Flirting to Fucking. He did this class for us last year. This was a class that I literally got text in the middle of the class that people were texting me saying, "Holy shit, this is an amazing class." We couldn't attend last year, so I tried to schedule all the things I wanted to do in times where I was free, and that totally backfired on me. So the bottom line is don't try and do that. But we were able to carve out this particular time. It was so fun class.
Oh, it's hysterical.
It was
really
so
was.
great. And I just want to say to have classes or to have things on the schedule that really bring people together. Dragonfly's Sexy Couple Connection,
Absolutely.
speed dating, naked speed dating, this class, and the massage classes. Am I missing anything that's really, truly kind of brings folks together in a very organic way?
Those are the core.
I think those are
my
the
list.
core kind of ones. This was one of those classes because we were, honestly, if I had known there was this much class participation, I probably would have bailed. Only
would've
because
chickened out
I
or
was fucking
something.
exhausted and I didn't want to play nice or be nice to anybody. And I had to spend the entire fucking 90 minutes being nice and cute and flirty and how to go from flirting to fucking. Let me tell you, I was in no mood to go from flirting to fucking at
Day
3 o'clock
6.
on day 6.
We just
For most
wanted a
people,
nap.
on day 1.5, they're midday 2, they're into flirting or fucking. I just want to
We were
nap
exhausted.
and die.
But it was so much fun.
Oh my God, it was just
Oh my God.
hysterical
Fun,
fun.
and
Yeah.
we just
I have an idea.
I have have the sticker. I stole his sticker. Thank you, Reed. They were free. I didn't steal it, but I did get one before anybody else did because I had to take a phone call in the middle of the fucking class.
Yeah, you did.
I got him, and when I walked back by the table with all his free stickers, I took the ones I wanted because I'm like, I'm gonna take them now before anybody else gets them. Damn it! Such a fun class. I will definitely make sure that we have things like this. It was a great way to, how do you close the deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will tell you.
Which we all suck
know,
at.
But we all suck at it, but we all know the secret sauce. Did he tell you anything you didn't know?
I'm going to say not really, but just in a different way.
Right.
Just,
So,
the
as I was
flirting
saying,
part, like giving yourself permission.
But it's like everything else in life. I mean, we know what to do.
We know what to do.
Yeah.
It was awesome, though, to be in a space and a place where we're all given permission to act goofy and to try all the things out. And the way he did it, to actually role play kind of your sexy, flirty, goofy funness. The idea is just be goofy and fun.
And that was one of his keys: is give yourself permission. Give yourself permission.
So, Reed, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We will give ourselves permission from now on, and in the future, for direct future. I think we gave ourselves permission.
We did.
We did.
Nights, we might have given ourselves some permission from flirting to fucking because it actually worked.
Yes.
In one way or another,
Yeah.
it worked for all of us. We actually kind of got our groove on.
If nothing else, other than a paradigm shift, I'm going to say, I mean, but you're right, giving ourselves permission to like, oh, okay, yes.
And for us, the four of us giving ourselves permission, but giving the four of ourselves permission to be in different couples, which we already talked about in part one, but how we, because of organically how things worked, Phoenixx and I being at the dungeon 90% of our entire time, the two of them, Crimson and Tristan, not being at the dungeon. And so it authentically, I said to Tristan, go forth and do. Just, I can't keep up with you. There's no way. I'm not even going to be around you half the time. You guys make big connections. I hope it all works out for you. Great. The same for us and whatever. So that started a leap, but we all did the flirting to class together.
I'm glad we did.
I did
really
too.
nice.
It was a good
But
kickoff.
the thing that we did was different this time too. Was the way we sat. We didn't know he was going to do all this ice breaking kind of stuff, and the way we sat, we were accidentally coupled. The way we were coupled for the event. So you and Tristan and Crimson were sitting together. Phoenixx and I were sitting together just out of a fluke. We normally are never paired this way when we sit down in a group, and we just happened to be. So whenever we paired off, it was like, okay, everybody coupled up and to meet folks. So we actually that was the first time.
That's true.
That-
Normally,
All of
he and
us
I,
that we
think about
kind
that,
of did this meet
That's
and
a
greet
great
in
point,
opposite couples.
Yeah. Because like Dragonfly class, we're always together.
Yeah, and we're always when we do speed dating or anything, we're always together because we're Myrina and Tristan. We have to be together. This was the first time that we gave ourselves permission to be our opposite couples, and I think it worked out really great. Because again, you guys are aligned in a different way than we are, and I feel like instead of fighting that energy, we were able to tap into that energy, and we attracted folks that were like-minded, and you guys attracted folks that were like-minded, and we definitely all attracted folks that overlapped in both of those areas. And so
we had the Venn diagram couple.
we'll talk about that in a second. Even more so, let's talk about that.
Okay.
So Thursday night was kink night.
Yes.
That was the theme.
Yep.
And so Thursday night was also tastings night at
Yes,
the
it
dungeon.
was.
So for those of you who don't understand or don't know any differently, we decided to call our kind of a tasting, whatever night. We called it tastings. So it was really a way to come and see all the kink things that were going on with professionals that were there. And if you were interested in trying anything, we had folks that were there could help you. So if you wanted to try how it would feel on you, how it felt, you could try that. If you wanted to see what it was like to actually be the person that was delivering the thing, you could try that. We had folks doing electric play. We had rope. We're going to talk about all these different stations, but that was that particular night. Do you want to talk about this? I'm talking too much. You talk about the station, the different.
Well,
tasting stations.
wait.
Did I miss something?
wait.
First, we have the fetish feast.
Oh shit!
We
How did I forget the fetish feast? You're right. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Crimson. So yes,
You're welcome.
kink night.
Mm-hmm.
Before the tastings, we had the fetish feast, which was a separate ticketed dinner, which I will tell you, I think it was just at the hotel. It was a separate thing. It was at the Nopsy from 7 to like 9, I think it was. And it was just, let's have a feast where all the kinksters can kind of come to get together. We'll do some performances and just have a dinner. And it sold out probably within 2 weeks. And we didn't have one extra seat to spare. I think maybe there were 2 from people that didn't show up. But it was completely packed. We cleared out the dungeon to push all the equipment to the side.
Mm-hmm.
So the feast was in the dungeon, but we had cleared some of the main stuff, some of the stuff, the truss was still there. Mm-hmm. And then we had performances that were also going to happen. And one of the performances, actually the very first performance, was done by Mistress Glow and her accomplice, who was in a total bodysuit with a mask. And it was her lover that she had lost. She was an angel and she had lost her lover in hell. And she was coming to find him. And the whole scene was her coming to find him and bring him back to her. But he was in a bad place. So she had to convince him that it was really her to come back. So she had to flog the shit out of him to get him to pay attention and to know that this was her lover.
She had to flog the evil away.
That was a better way of putting it, I think. Correct. Yeah, she had to flog the evil out of him. And it turns out that her dear lost love was our very own
Tristan.
Yes. And she did this shit.
Yes, she did. She flogged the evil out of him. So
rip the clothes right off him.
There are also some pictures on Instagram. There will be more pictures, and we're hoping some video to follow.
Mm-hmm.
It was so amazing. So my dear sweet husband Tristan, when I was on a phone call a couple of months ago with this amazing couple, Cecil and Mistress Glow, and they own Purgatory and Spectrum ABQ in Albuquerque, New Mexico. They have a dungeon and a swinger club, and they're kind of together. And she does a lot of donation work. She's Mistress Glow. And we had asked them to participate in the Fetish Feast as one of her performances. She said, yes, that she would, but that she needed a bottom to be able to be the lost love. And I said, well, to be flogged and dominated by an actual true dominatrix, I'm like, my husband might do that. Let me see if he's interested. I don't think I got the words out of my mouth. Everybody's like, yes, sign me up. I will do that. What I maybe didn't explain 100% was that it would be in the middle of the Fetish Feast, and there would be 120-ish so people watching
eating dinner,
and you probably recorded. I may have missed some of those little key pieces, but I felt like since he volunteered, he should just roll with it and just embrace the loveliness.
I was all in, and for those of you who don't know, I adore strong, dominant women, and Mistress Glow checks all those boxes, and she's beautiful and hot and amazing and wonderful.
Fabulous,
and, yes,
fun and funny, and
and she has great skills.
She certainly does.
So,
I'm not even kidding. I mean, watching her was amazing.
Yeah. So it was amazing, and so we had the day before, we had just kind of a tester session where she could get to know me a little bit and practice on me a little bit and see how I responded to how she was working with me, and testing my body and basically seeing what I could take. And evidently I passed with flying colors, and so
the non-kinkster.
Okay.
Are you gonna officially announce it now?
All right, I'm kinky.
He even said it.
He said it out loud.
To the world. You guys have it on. You have it on recording. You have it there. You have it there. All of these recordings. Yes.
Yeah.
Kinky motherfucker. fucker.
Yeah,
Kinky AF. I'm going to give you my Kinky and Proud t-shirt. Tristan brought me a Kinky and Proud t-shirt.
I
I'm
did.
going to have you wear it. Yes,
Okay.
Kinky and
All right,
Proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our the day before, our pre-session was really, really amazing. She took me into a separate room and I stripped down, and she, tried various implements on me and put me on a cross, and I liked it. And then when it was done, we embraced, and then we started making out, and she's like, "You're gonna be fine." But she has this incredibly sexy Russian accent. So I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah, I don't know where she's from exactly. We have to be careful, but
you will be fine.
Yeah.
You will be fine.
You'll
Whatever.
be fine.
It's an accent that's sexy as fuck. So it's a pure dominatrix accent.
Yeah, it's
You will be fine.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. They are fabulous.
They are fabulous people. And
so that show, so Phoenixx and I, for probably the first time in 6 days, we're actually sitting down for at least 20 to 30 minutes. And we watched that show, and it was so fun and so hot. And you guys did such an amazing job. And I was so proud of the man behind the mask, because I knew who it was the whole time. And it was just, it was great. It was beautiful. And I'm so glad that you did that, because that really set you on a new, you went, that was above and beyond, babe. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Cool.
And you know what? And that was so out of my comfort zone. And I agreed to it a long time ago. Well, actually, it wasn't that long ago. But I agree. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I want to do this, but I think I need to do this, because I need to have this be part of my journey and part of my development. And so I was very excited to do it. And oddly enough, I had zero nerves about it. I had zero, hesitation about it. And when I met her, she was so perfectly comforting and perfectly dominating that I was like,
you're like, I'm good. I'm
whatever.
gonna be okay.
Oh, I'm your puppy, baby. Whatever you want me to do.
He's been a puppy lately a lot.
Yes.
That started
that happened at Exotica in Miami.
That's a whole different event, a whole different story. But but I do, and so from there though, I don't want to cut that off, because it really was amazing.
Powerful. Yeah.
Again, another thing, if you want to there's a couple of pictures on both of our Instagrams. We will post more as we get them. We have not gotten all the pictures, so we'll post more of those. I also want to say that I'm going to do a whole Instagram post with the pictures of the dungeon that we took on. We're going to talk about it in a minute on Saturday when we did the content creators, because we were able to take a lot of pictures with people in the dungeon who all approved of having their pictures taken. So you'll be able to see a whole video show of what our amazing, gorgeous dungeon looked like. Because on that night, Thursday night, this was really the coup de grace, the cherry on top of everything. We did our tastings night. So as I was going into after the amazing fetish feast that Tristan did with Mistress Glow, we then had our kink tastings night. And what that was is from 9:30 to 11:30, we brought in professionals who were there to help folks experience the kink, see the kink, feel the kink, or just watch the kink in any way that you wanted to be involved. And so we had folks doing rope. Phoenixx, actually, you did rope, along with two other fabulous guys. Thanks, guys, for helping out with the rope. We had folks that did, we had folks that did electric wand, traveling fool. Jay did our violet wand and 10's unit play.
Oh, yeah.
He was always busy. And then our own amazing Crimson and Tristan handled the sensation station.
The sensual sensation station.
Wolf, who was actually, again, the owner of Team Dungeon, and his partner Nasa, they actually handled the whipping station. There was a whip. Wolf is very prolific with whips, so you could try. It was a 4-foot, and we had. Was there anything else that I'm missing? I think there was impact.
Yep, there was and spanking
and paddling.
Yep.
Yeah, so electric,
yep.
The sex swing was open for play. So the tastings were amazing. where I walked around. So these two guys were doing the central sensation station. You were doing rope work. I was in charge of walking around, make sure everything was okay. It was one of the most amazing nights that I've had in a dungeon in a long time, and I didn't do shit. I stood there for 2.5 to 3 hours and just watched everybody else and the amazingness of what the dungeon was, and I could not have been happier or more excited. It was, I told people, to say that the evening met our expectations is an understatement, because I did not even know that it could go as amazingly well or as accepted. We had people down in a line down the hallway into the lobby. The place was packed. Every station was packed. We got amazing feedback of how they would love to do that every night. We'll see what we can do to have that happen. But it was Swinky's goal to bring kink in a place and a space where everybody could love it and enjoy it in their own space and time. And I think we provided that amazingly well. And I think Crimson and Tristan provided that so well with your sensual kink station. I would like for you guys to talk a little bit more about what you did from the beginner side of things, because I really feel like what y'all did, which was introducing people to kink without pain.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Really opened a lot of people's eyes to go, well, then I want to also try that, and I want to try that, and I want to try that. And so if I can do that, and it's not really painful, but there might be some sensations to it. It was all about the levels, and I think the sensation stations, and we had one other amazing lady who was also doing a sensation station towards the front. I don't even think you guys met her. But with the 3 sensation stations that were going on, it was the key to, I think, setting the tone. So do you guys want to talk about how...
So are you calling us a gateway drug to kink?
Gateway drug to
If
kink.
if you don't think you're a gateway drug to kink, I mean, you finally admitted it. You're kinky. You're a kinky fucker. So, yeah. So let's talk about
So the
your
gateway drug worked on you.
Let's talk about your gateway
Yeah,
into
look at
this,
you
because
now.
this is what you've been preaching forever, is how you're not kinky, but you like this stuff. And
So point taken, Phoenixx.
There you
I mean,
go.
yes. Yeah. So Mistress Glow made me basically admit to myself, oh, all right, maybe I am kinky.
yeah, flog the shit out of
Just
me,
plug the shit
Mistress
out
Glow.
of me. Yeah. So Crimson and I, our thing is we really love sensual, soft play. And so whether it's the lighting, whether it's the music, whether it's the implements that we're using, we love sensual and soft. And so, for example, when I would play with a woman or, touch a woman or, at the station, I would use, so I love Chinese calligraphy brushes. I took Mandarin in college and I used to do Chinese calligraphy. And so I love using these brushes as a kinky implement. And so, but it's just a very sensual and soft brushing and touching, and and I do it in this rhythmic way. And
it's not any kink paintbrush. You have to order the right ones from Amazon.
They have
because
to be the
won't
right ones.
work
Yes,
if they're
yes,
the right ones,
yes.
and I learned that lesson.
Yeah, but I also have these on our kink store merchandise, it's called the Tristan Fhyre, which has like this bunny fur on a fur, and so
It is.
So I really love the soft stuff, and so and also the kind of the scratchy stuff.
Yeah, I had the
Yeah,
Wharton
so
wheel.
the Wartenberg
I
wheels.
have I call them my Wolverine claws.
Yeah. So these are the types of implements that we reuse. Oh, and we have fibers that are made out of like parachute cords, and so it's not like
So
scary
you can do
stuff.
a light fling without it hurting.
Yes, and so I would like drape them down these the women's backs and like up and down their thighs and along their bellies and around their breasts, and this was not sexual, and so every woman that and same with you with every man. So the way that we kind of divided our time, and we didn't realize this until it actually started happening.
Right.
We divided our time where I would work with the women and you would work with the men. And I would start every session by saying, this is sensual touch. This is not sexual touch necessarily. So I'm not going to touch you anywhere that you don't want to be touched. And you tell me all of your limits. And can I touch you here? Can I touch you there? It's going to basically focus on your neck, your ears, your back, so
Breasts,
well, but
belly, all your body.
yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And so we established limits and we established boundaries and and where I could stimulate, and it was sensual stimulation. It wasn't like hardcore sexual stimulation. And
Similar for you, Crimson?
Yeah. And something else we did was, I think everybody was blindfolded. We had disposable.
we offered that to everybody,
Yeah.
and
And
they
I think
all wanted
everybody,
it.
everybody
Yeah.
wanted to be blindfolded.
Yeah.
That was
They
hot.
all wanted it,
Yeah.
which I highly recommend,
Yeah.
because if you're not used to being in a dungeon, if you're not used to being in a situation where there's a lot of activity going on, for me at least, it really helps to kind of eliminate the distraction, or at least cut down on the
And it
distraction.
helps you focus on your body, and you're not looking around.
Right, and you can focus on what's happening to you and the sensations that you're feeling. And so we did that for
It was
nonstop.
3 hours nonstop.
Yeah,
I don't even know how I did it standing in my boots, but
your boots were amazing, by the way.
It was actually only 2 hours nonstop, but I'm going to tell you it felt like 3.
it
but
felt
there
like
you go.
3.
Yeah, you were sexy as yeah, you looked amazing. Yeah, we just had some amazing connection with people. Two of the women who came and for you, the men who came through, were couples that we had previously connected with and that we had actually previously made dates with, and they just happened to come through.
Shut up, little.
Yeah, and so
Little foreplay there.
so it was foreplay, yes, and
Organic.
organic.
Organic. Yes.
You're welcome. Dungeons work.
Yes,
That's
they
the
did.
bottom line.
One of them, they came and we were just doing women. I really wanted to get the men involved in this because
That's
me,
exciting too.
It is exciting. And a lot of times men are the givers. They never receive anything. So I wanted to be able to have them have that feeling. So one of the couples, I talked the guy into let's go stand. We had, what was it called? The Texas Cross?
We
or
called it the
something?
Texas
Star.
Star.
Texas,
The
yeah.
Star of Texas.
Star
We called it the
Texas.
Star of Texas. But
So,
yeah,
and
it was
then-
one of the pieces of furniture. That
Yeah, then ended up I had all the guys on this on the cross, and then you had all the ladies on the massage table. And once we got a little system going, it worked out really well. But the guys loved it. The guys absolutely loved it. G from Hump Day Quickies, they were standing over there, and I said, "You want to come over?" He said, "Yeah."
So I want to say,
Oh, yeah, go
I
ahead.
walk because I'm in charge of. I mean, I'm walking the dungeon the entire time. So you guys are doing all this stuff, and I probably did 100 laps. I walked back past G and Nessa and their crew multiple times, chatting with them and they just were in that same corner watching you guys for at least half an hour, if not 45 minutes.
So I finally got him to come over. And the funny thing is, I explained, I said, it's not going to be anything painful. And he's like, yeah, I'm not really into pain. He said, but I was watching what you guys are doing. He's like, I can do this kink stuff.
Never heard that before, have we?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
Tristan's not kinky, so
Right.
So we know we have one non-kinky person in our crowd.
Yeah. But the guys love, I know one thing I love to do is put my my fingers in their hair, and they love that kind of, they got, and I did the claws, I did the,
So you put your fingers in G's hair?
no, I did the ball.
He may be a slightly
No, the ball guys love that.
yeah,
they do.
Yeah.
They love
Not a lot of
the
people
little-
touch it. Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, you also had them tied with silk scarves.
I tied them up
let's
on the
not
cross,
forget
which
that.
was that was hot.
Yeah.
We had
Yeah.
we had some silk ribbons or something, and so I tied nothing. I mean, they could get out if they wanted, but so
it's the
just the feeling of being
Yep.
tied up, and just did things on them, and it was
So
hot.
my recollection was that he said for him that it was.
He said at some point he couldn't hear anything. Like the sound just went away, and he actually got a little dizzy, and I was just so excited. I'm like, oh my God. I didn't find this out till later. But it's kind of went into subspace a little bit. So I was like, yes. Yeah. I was excited.
And he was blindfolded, right?
And he was blindfolded.
Because we had talked earlier that day
Yep.
about blindfolding
Yep.
and how,
Yep. And then there was another gentleman, the same thing. He when I was done with him, he turned around. He was like speechless. He just went to his wife, and I thought that was cool too. So
So for those of you who are on kinky,
Yeah.
or have never experienced this. When I first went into subspace with the captain, my original play partner with kink, and I said, "Oh my God, I just was so." It was like I was in this place, and it was so meditative and relaxing. And he said, "You went to subspace," and I said, "No, because I'm not a sub, so I could not have possibly gone to subspace." But I went to this really meditative, awesome, relaxing, out of my mind, out of body experience. And he said, "That's subspace," and I said, "No,
Just define it differently.
no, because I'm not a sub." But I had this out of body experience, so I finally have relented into yes, that is subspace. And it sounds like that's
that
what
when
he
they
had.
described what happened,
Yeah.
that's what it sounded like.
And
I was
so-
surprised, because sensation play is sexy and fun and hot.
I've never had sensation play take me to that place.
Yeah.
And so
it's a loud dungeon.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And he said he
Dungeon
could.
music by our amazing dungeon music master here going on. There's probably 200 to 300 people
there's
in
so
the
much
room.
going
Yeah.
on.
So much going on, and he dropped into a meditative space where he heard nothing.
Yeah, that was powerful.
That is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. I was
That's
blown.
hot as
I was
fuck.
blown away. It was hot as fuck, and I
that
was
is the
blown away
power
by
of
that.
crimson.
The power of kink. We love the power of crimson, yes. It's the power of kink.
Oh.
It's the power of Tristan.
And Tristan, like,
It's the
whispering
power of
sweet
Phoenixx.
nothings.
It's the power of Phoenixx when he does rope. Let's talk.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about his little rope work. It's the
Can I
power.
just-
Oh, yeah,
of-
yeah.
It's the. I want to. I don't. And I'm
Yeah.
not trying to belittle. I'm not trying to say it's not Crimson. It's not Phoenixx. It's not Tristan. It's not me. That is why I was never going to do kink. And now we talk about it because it can totally open you up for experiences that you're not used to, and for those folks to experience that with you guys.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, there were a few women, and again, I was not touching these women in a sexual way, but I was touching them in a sensual way that was completely consented to, and I was whispering in their ears, and
Because you're a whisperer.
and there were like more than one, and they were shaking, and I'm like, oh, she's gonna have an orgasm, and I don't know that anybody did, but like there's one in particular that I was gonna stop, but then I'm like, no, I'm gonna keep going, and then the next woman up said, I'll have what she's having.
You had it when Harry met Sally.
I had it. Yes, I totally had it when here.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So that opened my eyes as well, because in the same way that Mistress Glow opened my eyes to the power of this, just being on the giving end of just very sensual, light stuff, but it's very powerful can be very powerful. So that was eye-opening for me in a different way. I had my eyes opened a lot this week. So
I think that's really super cool.
yeah, I agree. It is
Thank
very
you
super
both for joining us on the dark side.
With cookies.
Oh, we're not there. We just
Well, this is what Swinky Life is all about. It's about a spectrum. It's about finding your place in your space. And honestly, it changes from time to time. You might only be in a central mood, and sometimes you're in more for a set.
You got to be versatile.
There's way more episodes about this coming up, but that was so hot because I want to say that was the experience throughout the entire dungeon, whether or not it was the sensation station, whether or not it was the rope station with you. Oh my God, the women that were tied were like almost orgasmic also from having the rope on their bodies. The flogging stations are dear friends who run, I will put their link in the show notes about they made me a flogger. Yum time.fun, I think is their, and I'm so sorry you guys that if I get your website,
beautiful flogger.
they make
beautiful.
floggers. We had that flogger with us. I had that flogger with me, and to be able to, and they were there actually also helping out. They were fabulous and jumped in to help flog, and it was amazing watching them with other couples who have never tried anything like this, and they were fantastic. And it was just, the whole experience was, the idea is to open it up and to have a space for people to try things that they've never tried before. And I think not only did they take us up on it, they went one step further. Folks were like, not only going to try that, I'm going to try that and that and that and that. And then the dungeon was packed for Friday and Saturday night as well.
Yes, it was.
And got a lot of use. And so it was gorgeous. It was hot. It was everything that we wanted. And the sexy vibe was amazing. And let's not forget that the fact that our dungeon was a sex positive dungeon. And while all this is going on, behind, Phoenixx and Tristan were in this, like the corner of the ballroom kind of, and right behind them was the sex swing.
Oh.
In the spot that, so there was you two, and then there was where the pathway was,
yeah.
a lot of
behind
people.
us,
And
So
also
behind that was a thing, and the two
there was
beds.
a bed.
There were two
and
beds
and
next
I'm like,
to you.
I'd go get my stuff, and there's a lady giving her partner a blow. I'm like, oh, this is
Oh,
fun.
well, I looked over and there were 3 ladies on one bed
Really?
together, all
Oh.
servicing each
Oh,
other.
I
And
didn't
I looked
see
around
that.
and I'm seeing kink and the women servicing each other and couples having sex in the sex swing. And I'm like, oh, it's the best thing
Wow.
ever. It was hot.
I didn't
as
see. Yeah, see the
Yes.
sex swing.
Yeah,
They
it
were
was
on
amazing.
no, and the bed that was where the women
Yeah,
were
yeah.
was not
Right
the
next-
one that right next to you. Was the one right next.
Oh,
the
okay.
two that were two together.
Yeah,
There were 4 beds right
Yeah.
there in the dungeon where people could have sex, and so
I didn't see any of this because I was so focused on the
it was
woman
hot
on the
as
table in
fuck.
front of me.
No,
Wow.
so
Yeah,
they
I-
were fucking next to you, and they were
Wow, I
fucking
didn't even see
behind
that.
you or in front of you from where you were, Stacey. Yeah,
we were so focused on
Yeah,
it.
it was.
focused.
It was hot as shit. Oh,
And I'm going to tell you, you had a premium spot that night because,
I did.
to echo what you just said, the doors opened at 9:30. Tastings were supposed to go from 9:30 to 11.
11:30.
2
Okay,
hours.
yeah, 11:30. And so I was, from the moment the doors open, I was nonstop tying rope on ladies from 9:30 to 11:30. But what I remember is somewhere around 10:30, I looked up and just looked around. And all of the tastings were going on, but there were also people on all of the other stations doing their own thing. There were people on the beds, f***ing. There were people in the sex swing. And I realized, oh,
The sex
we've gone
positive.
into open play already.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. The energy was just off the
Yeah, it
chain.
was.
It really was.
I do want to explain this one scene because it does come into play later. This one scene that I was watching because I got to walk the whole dungeon, which I would not have changed any of this. I'm so glad I wasn't tied to a station because I was going to do that, but I didn't. So I got to walk the whole
Tied
dungeon.
to a station,
I
literally?
know, like quite literally,
Yeah,
probably.
quite
but
literally.
I wasn't. I didn't. So I'm watching Mistress Glow do a scene with this couple. And we had a double cross. And so a St. Andrew's cross is just like, it's an X. And so the person stands, and normally the person stands with their hands. I'm going to try and do it here if you're watching on YouTube. They stand with their hands at the top of the cross. So yeah, so you're standing with your hands up and your feet out, and you're making an X if you're like a YMCA and you're doing that. So I'm watching Mistress Glow, and she has this gentleman on the cross, and his hands are up and his feet are out. So he's standing spread eagle, basically hands up, naked, and she's f***ing him, and his wife is watching from the side. And about 3 minutes later, I turn back around and I look, and the same scene is going on, and the wife is now standing in front of the husband on the other side of this cross. It was a double cross, so there's 2 crosses side by side. So if you're standing on the cross, you can touch hands, like at the top. You're both spread eagle, but you're far apart, but your hands are touching because that's where the tops of the crosses come. So it was a double cross, and there's space in between the 2. So the wife is now standing on the far side of the cross. So the husband can see her, but she cannot be touched. She's probably 6 feet away. Turn back around a few minutes later. The wife is now standing, straddling the other side of the cross. I'm guessing wife, I'm not sure, but she's straddling the other side of the cross. So they are practically holding hands at the top. They're both spread eagle standing. Oops, sorry, honey, I bumped your head. They're both standing. They're practically holding hands, and they're looking at each other through the gap in the cross. And Mistress Glow, by the way, the whole time is flogging him, touching him,
and she does not fool around.
No, and she's giving him all the sensations. He is getting back scrapes and everything, and he's getting more
Spacey.
willowy, spacey by the minute. I can, and I'm watching this from a distance. So then the next thing I notice, I turn around, I'm doing something else. I turn back around. The wife has now gotten in between the space of where the 2 crosses come together, and she's standing up basically almost chest to chest with her husband, but there's this wood cross in between them, and she is talking to him, and they are almost kissing. and she is right there face to face with him, and he's having all this stuff done to him. He physically cannot stand anymore. He loses his balance because he's so overcome with this amazing feeling, and he not loses, his knees kind of buckle underneath him. The cross starts to jiggle a little bit. Our amazing, fabulous dungeon team comes racing over, and they just stand there. They don't say a word. They just secure the equipment, and the wife continues on, and the guy can hardly stand up. And if he could have an orgasmed in the middle of the floor, that would have been the whole thing, because that's exactly what it felt like. It was one of the hottest scenes I have ever watched. She's kissing him. They're holding hands. He can barely stand. Mistress Glow is running her fingers and body all over him and touching him and him. And the sensations are clearly off the charts. And it was hot as. And the wife kept looking at me because I'm watching, because I'm being a big time voyeur. Oh yeah, I'm staring. You're right. I'm totally staring. He's hot. She's hot.
Were you playing with yourself a little?
I may have almost been maybe playing with myself. I might have tweaked a nipple or two while I was standing there. For you on YouTube, I just tweaked my nipple while I'm standing right here. For you on audio, you'll have to watch the YouTube version of that. But it was hot. It was one of the hottest, sexiest scenes. When I watched you, Crimson and Tristan, doing your scenes with folks, it was as intense. People were laying on the bed or standing on the cross, and they were totally had given themselves to you, but in a caring, loving, safe way. And it's amazing to watch people's bodies melt. I mean, they literally melted.
Yeah.
The men melted for you while they were standing there in their space.
Yep.
The women melted for you as you're leaning down. I mean, it was like a puddle. The table was like a one solid surface because there was no table or woman. It was hot as fuck.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
It was.
You'll all just have to come and experience for yourselves, because it was hot as fuck. I just want to explain that scene.
So the rope station was a lot of fun. I love rope. And one of my greatest pleasures is putting rope on someone for the very first time, because it is almost always a positive experience. And so I had a great evening. I got to tie up a lot of beautiful women. And just a variety of circumstances. It was really fun. But the highlight for me actually wasn't on tastings night. It was late. Was it the next night?
The next night, yeah.
It was the next night. But I'm going to roll it in here because it was about
It's okay.
rope and tastings. So we have some dear friends. And she is blind. And we've known them for a couple of years now. Amazing, good people. And so she was really interested in having rope, but she wasn't sure, because she wasn't sure how it was going to feel. And so we set aside some time to get together in one of the little side dungeons that I mentioned earlier. And I got the opportunity to put rope on her for the very first time. We started with a chest harness, and we went through that very slowly. And I explained everything I was doing as she would touch the rope as I would put it on, so she could see for herself how it was. And we got the chest harness on. She loved it. She was thrilled. And so she asked if I would do a hip and leg harness on her too. So we did that. Now, the leg harness, think really big fishnet stockings made out of rope, which is what it was. It's beautiful, but it is a kind of like a Chinese finger trap of rope on your leg. And so as you walk and your muscles move, it tightens up and loosens up. And so it's a very dynamic kind of thing to wear. And so I got it all tight on her, and I told her, I said, now when you start to walk, this is going to feel different with every step you take. It's going to get loose, it's going to get tight, it's going to get loose, it's going to get tight. And so she took her partner's hand, and they walked around the dungeon for a moment, and she was just giddy. And so we stood there and talked for a few moments, and the whole time we're talking, she's shifting her weight side to side just to keep feeling that experience of her muscles tensing and loosening up in the rope. And so we got done, and I said, look, you wear this as long as you want. You bring the rope back to me whenever you're ready. It's all good. And so they left, she was wearing the rope. We didn't see them again for the rest of the night.
We did not.
We got a text the next morning that said, hey, we're ready to return your rope. We had a wonderful time. It was marvelous. I loved wearing it. How do we clean the rope? Because we may have had in the rope and we want to clean it.
She said I slept in it. We may have had sex in it. I may have slept in it, and we may have had sex in it. So I think they had sex a couple of times while she was wearing the rope, and then
Oh, so our response was keep the rope, throw it in a what's it called?
A laundry bag.
Laundry bag.
Laundry
Toss
bag.
it in.
Laundry
That's
bag.
why I love synthetic rope. You just throw it in the washing machine, throw it in the dryer. It's done. And I sent her partner the links to the videos for all the ties that we did so that he can learn to tie them at home. And I hope it is the beginning of an amazing journey for them. It was the most heartwarming experience of the entire week for me. And I love you. Thank you for letting me have that experience.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It was so awesome. It was so awesome. And I think for you guys too.
Yeah, it really was.
yeah.
And so
you made connections, you
did
had
make
connections.
I mentioned that two of the couples that we, worked with at the Sensation Stations were both couples that we had met previously.
Before, yes.
And they came to have some more time with us. We wound up connecting with both of them, one couple that night. And it was, and both of these were two of the most amazing experiences we've had in the lifestyle that I think either of us have had in the lifestyle. And they were both very new couples. One on this night, and then the other
Friday
the next night. But just super fun, amazing people that we connected with again previously, and we knew that we wanted to play with them. We wanted to know them better. And they just happened to both show up at our tasting stations, like almost not quite back to back, but close. And so like one of the couples was the last one as we were closing down. So this was essentially foreplay, and so we wound up the two of us. So we all night long we had been doing, I was doing the women, you were working with the men. Well, we
teamed up and worked
on her.
I had already worked on her husband
with her husband,
and he was the one that was speechless, and he
that's right,
trying to get his bearings, but so then it was her turn on the table, and so we and she was the last one because Myrina had said this will be your last one, so we're like, okay.
It just happened to be
so
them.
we teamed up.
We spent a good 20 minutes on her, I think. I mean, it was a long time.
Yeah, it was good.
And she was
she
was one of the ones who was
too.
shaking.
Yeah.
She kept wanting to touch herself and all over.
Yeah, because Phoenixx did a rope on her.
You had already seen. Yes.
Yeah.
She had been to your station already.
Oh, was that the happy knot?
Yes, the happy knot.
Okay, so there you have to understand here. I offered about 8 different ties. I had a little sign up sheet, 8 different ties. Tell me what you want to do. And one of them was a happy knot. Now, a happy knot is an accoutrement to a crotch rope, which is exactly what it sounded like. So basically, there's a rope belt that goes around your hips, and then right from just below your navel, you tie a rope on it, and it goes right between your legs, right around your crotch, up to the belt in the small of your back. And as I loop the rope over the belt in the small of the back, I can pull it then as tightly as I would like. And the happy knot is, as I'm running it down the front, it's a very personal, subjective thing. So this is where that checkbox on can I touch you intimately becomes important. Right where the is you tie a nice big knot, and then you pull the rope really tight. And I told her, I said, look, this is going to be wonderful because every time you take a step, it's going to rub you in exactly the right way. So that's what she was wearing when she got to your station.
Oh, yeah.
And you're welcome.
Yes.
And,
I may have tugged it a little bit.
and unfortunately, we had a play date scheduled with them as too, but it didn't quite work out.
Didn't quite work out. Things happen.
That happens as well. But but apparently it was a very successful.
It was.
We
We didn't go to bed that night till like 4:30. Yeah.
So kink is foreplay. What?
Yeah, kink is foreplay.
What?
Yeah.
How could that be true, Tristan?
Well, we came out of that with a room key, so.
I know they gave us their room keys.
So Tristan
Just walk right in. Don't knock.
Tristan is a big I don't do kink. This was a big.
It was eye-opening.
A big paradigm shift, as we say. He's no longer allowed to say he's not kinky because you're a Swinky. You're a Swinky.
Yes, I'm a Swinky.
That was a hot night.
That was
That
was really awesome. And
good.
that was the first night for you guys to kind of go off and have this amazing experience.
Yep.
Anything else on your night at the Knobsy really fast?
That was, so with this particular couple, I mean, we played for a long time, but then we sat and talked with them. I'm like getting a little emotional. We had an amazing connection with this couple. I mean, they were a beautiful, wonderful couple. And and he even said, wow, it's like just as much fun talking to you guys as it is, like having sex with you guys. And I felt exactly
Did you
the
say
same.
that that's not the way it is with everybody?
That's when you really get along with people.
Yeah.
And it's that moment
right.
after you're
Right.
done having sex, you're just like all relaxed and laying on the bed and just.
It was wonderful, and this is a very new couple, and so to hear him say that was like, oh my god, that's why I'm getting emotional right now. I mean, they're an amazing couple, and as you guys know, and so we just had an amazing amount of fun with them, and we sat and talked to them until like 3:15 in the morning, and we're like, holy shit, we got to go because the shuttle's going to stop running back to the Astor,
Which is what happened.
and we wound up. Yeah, so we wound up because we
The
didn't.
shuttle runs till 4 people.
But we didn't want to take any chances.
I know.
We just decided to Uber.
No,
it was
all good.
fine.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yes. So thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, you are. We had an amazing night.
We did.
So Phoenixx and I decided to go back. You guys had gone up with your
we
couple,
stayed at the Astor.
with your friends.
I'm sorry, the Knobsy.
At the Knobsy.
Yeah.
And so Phoenixx and I decided that we were going to go back to the Astor. Mm-hmm. We had not been to the Astor for play night because the night before we were so exhausted, we can't even hardly play with ourselves. How are we going to play with other people? So we went to the Astor. We went back. We went to the playroom floors, and I realized this is Thursday night of Naughty New Orleans. I have been in town since Saturday. I work for Naughty New Orleans. This is the first time I've stepped foot on the playroom floors. Thursday. So it was quite eye-opening because I'm like, I haven't even been here. And that is so far out of where my brain has been. So Phoenixx and I decided to do a lap. We didn't get to do the playroom tour. So we were doing a lap, and some of the things have changed. This is why it's important to do a playroom tour. So the Tantra room was not the Tantra room. It was the
Half glory hole.
exhibitionist voyeur room. Holy shit, y'all. If you did not poke your heads in that room, if you were at Naughty, make a comment below about that room. That room was off the chains, but that's besides the point. So Phoenixx and I,
when you walk in and the room monitor, who we know, looks at you and says, "Oh my God, the shit I have seen tonight."
she's like, I cannot unsee what I have seen. And I'm like, this isn't like the dark room.
It's the Tantra room.
This is the glory hole room. This is the exhibition.
The Tantra room.
It ended up being the exhibitionist and voyeur room. So that was hot as shit. And so we were walking around and doing a lap, and I want to acknowledge the amazing, fabulous foursome that as we were walking around and doing a lap that asked us if we would like to share space on their bed, which I thought was the most amazing, wonderful way to ask people to join. I feel like I had made connections maybe with one of the ladies before, but that was on the bed, but I couldn't see. It's very dark and it was hard to see. And you and I had just literally stepped foot on the playroom floor about 20 minutes earlier, and we had not even had the opportunity to be together yet because we were exhausted in any kind of naughty fashion. So this amazing quad asked us as we were walking through if we would like, are we looking for space, and would you like to have, we have space right here. Thank you for offering. Next time or the next night, I would have absolutely dove right in head first. We needed a moment to have some quiet time together, which was fabulous. But thank you for offering for us to join you, because I totally want to join you next time for sure. But I want to point that out. It was a lovely way. We talked a lot about this, and you guys are going to talk about this a lot in the next little bit, because you had some pickup play where we also were tempted to do some pickup play, which is where you're connecting with folks that are around that you may or may not know. For us to walk through a room and for people to see us and want for us to join them and to say, are you looking for space? Would you like to come here? Knowing full well it's a tiny full-size bed with 2 other couples on it. This is the point. It was a great way to offer us to join them.
Yep.
And we want to thank you for that. And I will use that line in the future. The other amazing line that I heard that night was some friends of ours who we were hoping to connect with. We're walking through and looking, and I'm like looking, because you're kind of like looking in beds, and he literally jumps out of the bed. He goes, "You looking for me?" And I said, I couldn't even know what to say. I was so flabbergasted, and I'm like, yes, but yes, like it was the awesomest way to say, like, because I'm just looking around, and like he's like, "You're clearly looking for me. I'm the one you've been waiting for." And I'm like, "Oh, absolutely." So unfortunately with them, we did not be able to reconnect. Also, we tried, it just didn't work, but that was so fun, and being propositioned on the floor, and those were great lines that I wanted to share, because when he jumped up out of the bed and said, because clearly I was looking around, but to say "you're clearly looking for me" was a clever, it made me laugh. You guys know I like to laugh and be comfortable where I am, and it was just awesome.
You must have taken that flirting class.
That sounds exactly. I have an idea.
That was not one of the flirting class things. That's why
in the same vein.
That was before the flirting class, actually.
Oh, that was before the flirting.
Oh, that's right. It was.
It was so fun, and so I wanted to point that out, because I'm always very awkward and feeling weird, and usually pretty just awkward and gawky. Gawky is the word I'm thinking of when I'm hoping to join others, or hoping others will join me to ask them. And those were such beautiful ways for folks to basically ask us to join, whether we were or not ready to be in that space or place. But it was fabulous and wonderful. And had we been in that mindset, it would have been great. For that particular night, you and I literally just needed a little bit of Phoenixx and I needed a little bit of one-on-one time. We had been working our butts off. We had been so tired. We had not been taking care of ourselves sexually. And so we took a moment for just ourselves. And we ended up on the corner of the group room where the 4 of us all met and played.
Aww.
I know. And so we ended up in that back corner bed. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we laid there together. After I was debating whether or not to try and group join some other amazing folks that were around us. And we had a moment for ourselves, and we stopped and we said, we were here 4 years ago, wrapped up in each other like we were that night. And to say, could you have met?
Ago.
6 years
I'm
ago.
sorry, 6 years ago. 6 years ago. Yeah, 6 years ago we were wrapped up with each other like now, and there's no way to even possibly imagine that 6 years forward, what would have happened. That was our first night.
Yes.
That was our first night that we were just having fun, play fun with this amazing couple. So that was a fabulous moment for us.
That was nice.
And we got to enjoy that and relish in that, to say, look what we did. Look what we've done.
Look how tired we are.
Look how tired we are.
But
look what we dreamed up.
And we, when I'm looking at Crimson, we are hearing this for the first time. We haven't talked about this. And so that's a beautiful, thank you for telling me. I mean, that's a beautiful.
It was really cool the way where we ended up, and we literally just sat there after we finished playing and sat there entwined with each other, and was like, this is where we were
in the same
6
spot.
years ago. Yeah. And you guys were right there with us, right behind us on that same spot.
I remember.
It was it was really, really cool, and it was an amazing way to spend our first night in the playrooms this particular trip, because it hadn't gone as smoothly in the last couple of trips. So again, that kind of started that whole piece for us.
Yeah.
Yep.
So for us, that was our Thursday night. You guys had your Thursday night with your
Yeah.
meetup. And I think we all got to sleep around the same time. I do believe we heard you guys coming home. Do you remember them coming
Yeah.
home? Yeah, I think we heard you all coming home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So-
we had
so
stayed
we-
in the
we-
playrooms late. That was the
Yeah.
only night we stayed up that late
Yeah.
because we
We
could.
got in
but-
after 4.
Yeah, we rolled in
yeah,
after 4.
yeah, I think,
And
we,
I
were,
think
we were awake.
We didn't
but-
go to sleep right away.
Yeah.
No, it was
Yeah,
like 5.
no.
So it was like that was like, yeah, 5
It was a
o'clock in the morning.
long night.
It
It
was
was
a
a
long
long
night.
night,
Yeah.
yes. But it was awesome. And the start of a very sexy
Yes.
couple of
Yes.
days.
Yes, yes,
So-
absolutely.
Speaking of which,
Speaking of which, let's move forward a little
Friday.
bit.
Later on Friday.
Because that's what would happen every day at 1 o'clock. So our bar takeover is from 12 to 3. 1 o'clock, the sky opens and it pours. And it was a particularly torrential downpour.
It was a heavy.
that was
Yeah,
awesome.
it was good. We came in from the balcony. We were out on the
Yeah, we
balcony.
did.
It was awesome. So most of the folks kind of got stuck up in other areas, but it was just a super sexy fun. We actually even also had a little burlesque
Yes.
that was
taste
fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
that,
was
day.
That was hot. Yeah.
Yeah. And Fatish did a great job and offered us some specialty drinks.
Yep.
Yes.
Their drinks were really good too.
It was
They are.
it was
The
really
drinks were
good.
great.
Go
The
by
food was great.
Fatish and tell him that you heard about it through Naughty in New Orleans or the Accidental Swingers or Swinky Life. But they are an amazing group. I was joking with the bartender all day long because his name was and he was wearing a little overall chappy
He was
butt hanging out.
Sliss chaps.
Well, all chaps are assless if you ask
It just-
Kendra.
well, you had
who
Oh,
lives
they
in
weren't
Montana.
chaps.
They weren't chaps. Weren't they?
no, it was just straps. It was just straps. It was
with
nothing
a
but
cod
straps.
piece.
Oh,
And
I thought
he
had
looked
pants on.
amazing, and
He
I
did. His
applauded
cute
him
butt.
for his work outfit. And he said, any day that you could be naked and be a bartender in New Orleans, sign him up. And I'm like, score, you have found your right place. So if you want to see almost completely naked, fabulously looking male and female bartenders, go to Fatish because they are amazing and they will take care of you. It was super fun. It was a great time, and thank you everybody who showed up
Yes.
Yes. Thank
to
you.
the event as well. It was a lot of fun. We'll do more there next year. That's our goal.
Absolutely.
So yeah. So then when the rains finally cleared, we headed over to the beach for the first foam party. This is the first year that there were 2 foam parties on the agenda. The foam party at the beach on Friday from 3 to 6 has always been kind of that has
the
been the
staple,
foam party.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
This year we did a second foam party at the swamp on Saturday, and absolutely none of us can report to that because we were
We
not
didn't
involved.
make
And
it.
nobody
I heard it
went,
was
and
amazing.
it poured.
Yeah.
But
Did
it
it?
also poured.
Wow.
Yeah.
Remember,
and
we were
still
on the
heard
bu-
it was amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't
we
hear
really
that.
did.
I didn't hear that from anybody. But remember we were in
It did.
wherever we were, and we were like, holy shit, those poor. I think we were on the bus heading back. We were on the shuttle maybe heading back from the Nopsy, and we were like,
Yes,
oh
it
my
was
God,
pouring
it's
down
pouring down rain. The poor
Yeah.
people at the
Oh, that's when we
at
got caught in the yes.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
poured,
Oh, yeah,
and
that's
I'm
right.
so
I
glad-
remember.
I'm so glad that they had a good time anyway. So anyways, our Friday though was the foam party at the beach.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Which has
Always amazing. It was so much fun again this year. I don't know.
and we had our
Amazing
little
folks
moment
from
in the
Cassidy.
Yes.
Oh, did you have a moment in the
we
phone?
recreated. She was topless. I was topless.
You were topless. That's so hard.
I know.
That's so hard to accomplish.
I kept my bottoms on because
Yeah,
that's
you
know
did.
that's
There was not a lot of foam at
There
that
was not a
point.
lot.
Okay.
there was-
All right.
there
So
was no foam.
here we go. Here we
It's
go.
essentially
So-
no
Let's
foam.
call it
But let's-
what it was.
Yes, but let's talk about what really makes Naughty New Orleans awesome. The people.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's true.
I love the foam party. I look forward to it all year long. It is my favorite part of Naughty. And I was deeply disappointed as soon as we walked in because the foam was like ankle high. There was one little spot right next to the foam machine where it was almost knee high. And I thought, oh, this is going to be a waste of time. My favorite phrase is, what happens in the foam stays in the foam. Here's what I learned. When the foam is only knee high, you have a much better view of what's happening in the foam. And it was no less happening than when the foam is up to your neck. I mean, they
True
were,
enough. Yes.
it was a show.
That is
It was
true.
Fucking awesome.
That is true.
Yep. Absolutely.
Saves your eyes,
Yeah, that amazing quad / sixum that
Yep.
was
Oh, yeah.
eightsum /
Yeah.
That was hot.
Yeah.
It was a rotating. Yes.
Yeah. They the ladies were very
Talented. Enthusiastically talented.
enthusiastically talented about servicing the men, and since there was not a lot of foam, they could drop right to their knees and service them right there in the courtyard of the bar
Without getting foam in their eyes.
and it sting free. That is a good reason to not have foam. It was interesting because this year was the first year that I've ever seen that particular bar kind of block things off the way that they did. So they really blocked things so that visually you could
the
not see
outside,
anything
yeah.
from the street.
Yeah.
Here's why I think they did that. Because you're just
Yes.
talking about.
Because
That
the
is
first time we went to the foam party, you almost got us kicked out
3
3
times.
times.
Because I kept whipping your dick out of your pants, but
And they didn't like that.
they did not like
I
that.
liked it. I
Yeah,
liked it
I
a lot.
so did too, which is why we're still here. But they didn't like it, and we almost got kicked out. I wasn't working for them then. Thank goodness we didn't get kicked out because I may not have this job. I think that is why things were a little bit more
Yes.
relaxed. So there was a lot more boobage,
Yes.
a lot more sucking, and a lot more.
There was some
out.
fucking too.
There was a lot more
It was
Oh, I
fucking.
did. That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah, there's some fucking too,
yes,
yeah,
on the
yeah.
far court.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So not terrible.
Yeah,
Not terrible.
Not
some
terrible.
good visuals.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
The bar was rocking as always.
It was crowded.
music
Oh my God, it was
Speaking-
crowded. I don't think I've ever seen it that
DJ
crowded.
Rocking Ronnie.
Rocking
Oh, yeah.
Rocking Ronnie,
our new
was
friend after
there.
Exotica in Miami. Yes.
Yep, Rocking
Yeah.
Ronnie was there. What I really loved was when so they did some, I would call them pool games because that's kind of what it was. It was like if you're at Desire or Secrets or something like that, they did some games like we need 5 couples to do whatever, and they all won prizes. I wasn't paying attention because I was drinking and on the phone. But when that was all over, I remember Ronnie saying, hey, let's vote on the music that we play. And he's like, do we play, who wants to hear EDM? Who wants to hear something else and something else? And so everybody kind of like cheered, and the music they played after was great.
Oh, good.
And so I don't remember all the different things, but I loved that he
Yeah.
kind
He's in
of
tune.
choice.
presented
Yeah.
it to the
Yeah.
crowd and said, what do you guys
I
want
don't
to
remember
hear?
that, but
Yeah, it was really cool. And then we were all like, you can't help but kind of.
And that's actually when we started dancing because I think.
Probably.
Yes.
Oh yeah, when it all ended, yeah.
Yeah. I think they went 80s and 70s after that. Yeah.
Well, or they
But he mixed it up.
yeah,
He
it was
does,
awesome.
yeah.
It was
He's
awesome.
really,
It
really
was awesome.
excellent. Yes.
That is always an amazing takeover. It's a great bar. They have.
I'm looking at her.
I know. I'm trying to block you. They have great music. They have. It's always great. So it was crowded, but it was super good. We saw a lot of amazing folks that we know.
Yep.
So after that,
we crashed.
Yeah.
Did we even
And
eat
burned.
that night?
we did. We went to Willie's and we grabbed more chicken.
Willie's.
That's right.
For
Yeah.
the
Like, is that
third night in a
eating?
row. No,
That's surviving.
Here's the thing, though. I
mean, Willie's is
I
awesome,
have a
but-
fried chicken problem.
Fetish?
Yeah, I do. I have a greasy fried. I would eat that over ice cream.
Really?
This is why I gained a little weight while we were in New Orleans, because I think I enjoyed that. Because I also like it at 2 a.m. and at 4 a.m. and at 6 a.m.
Yep.
Well, just a little bite. You just need a little bite of eat, So yeah. So anyways.
All right. So here's my outline.
Oh, here's your outline.
Foam party at the beach. Awesome fun as always.
Also, but as
Boom.
always, yeah.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
Missed the sexual freedom parade. We were exhausted and needed to take some time off for ourselves.
That's right.
And so
This is
and
where-
so
That's
then my next bullet in is have to take care of yourself. And so
Yes.
this was one of those moments where, and we had dear friends that we were going to record with, that we wanted to connect with, and I
We were
had
going to pray.
I had to text him and say, look,
with people.
brother, yeah, I want, we all want to connect with you, but we can't. We're burnt. We're destroyed. We have to take care of ourselves at this point. And we really did.
Yeah.
So we all went back and we napped. I think maybe even you napped. I have no idea, but like,
I knew it.
Probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we had to go back to our rooms and just sleep
Yeah.
for.
So yeah. So here's what
we've
happened.
been running hard for at that
Because
point.
what day is this for us? This
Seven,
is day
I-
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6. This is day
Friday?
6.
No, it's got to be
Friday.
7.
This is
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
got there
yeah.
on Saturday.
This was
Yeah,
day
day
5.
seven.
So
Yeah.
it's 4 plus 7. It's
Yeah.
day 7 for
Okay,
us.
because the next. Okay.
Yep.
So we get ready.
we
to
were
room.
done. We
Right. We're like, you know what, you guys? Yeah.
It-
we need the 2 hours. Let's just take a minute, take a breather.
Yeah,
But let me
especially if you're
say,
gonna
this
go
is in the
continue-
context of we absolutely. So the only sexual freedom parade that we've ever been to was the one last year because we were the kings and queens and we were on the lead float but we loved it. So it was such
It
a
was so
powerful,
fun. It was
amazing
We really wanted it.
experience.
And we swore we would never
we
miss
swore we
another
would
one.
never miss another
ever
one.
again.
But when it came down to it, we're like, holy shit, we just gotta sleep.
Yeah. If we were gonna make it that night,
I feel
to the
badly
party,
about. I
yeah,
really feel
I do
badly
too.
about missing it.
Yep.
I wanted to
because
be
it looked like
there.
a lot of fun.
I know, and I wanted to be there, but we just couldn't. And we all looked at each other, and we really contemplated, and we really kind of debated amongst
It was
ourselves.
awful not to be there.
But
Yeah.
we had to take care of
And this
ourselves.
is when and thank you. That's exactly when we say to each other, thank you for taking care of yourself, because this was something that we needed and we knew we needed it. And we just had to stop and take the moment and give ourselves that opportunity
Yes.
and that grace. The fucking thing was that I swore that I didn't sleep, but somehow I was sitting there and it was 2 hours later. Like I said to Phoenixx, I don't think I slept. And he's like, oh, you slept. And I'm like, no, I didn't. What time is it? And I was like, how is it 90 minutes later? I literally don't remember closing my eyes and I don't remember waking up except for talking to you. And then all of a sudden it was like, wait, but I didn't sleep. And it was like,
Yeah, you did.
we were that exhausted. It was almost as close as me falling asleep while talking.
Well, you
In episode
While eating
8 or
chicken.
9, I
Yep,
forget
while
what-
eating chicken.
while eating
Yep.
chicken,
Yep.
it was that bad. Had we been
It was
recording,
bad.
I'd have talked right through it and slept right through it. It was that bad. So we missed that, and that breaks my heart.
yeah.
It does break my heart.
It-
but
me too,
We
and
needed
I'm-
to take
I'm-
care of ourselves, and we did. So thank us for taking care of ourselves. We tell you guys, take care of yourself. You got to do what you got to do. You got to
And
miss.
sometimes you need to
Yeah.
miss something that you want to be a part of.
Yep.
And for us, we totally, absolutely wanted to be a part. Wanted to, and again, be a part of the parade, but we couldn't.
Yep.
Yep.
So that night was the running of the bulls night,
Yep.
which was
yeah.
basically. Did you guys make it back to the hotel? Did you see any of the roller bulls?
No.
I didn't either, and I don't know if they showed up or not. I'm not really sure.
Wasn't that in the morning?
I think it was in
No,
the morning.
no, it was supposed to be at night. They were
Oh, really?
supposed to be on the party room floor. I don't know. I thought, anyways. Maybe I meant.
I think that's
read it
something we
wrong.
would have made note of mentally.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
well,
see that.
you
Had we
would have
seen
made
it.
note,
Yeah,
but
I
I
didn't see
think
that.
that I just think that they. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, some of the roller bulls were supposed to be there, but running with the bulls is in Spain. They do the running with the bulls. It just so happened that it was on the same day, on Saturday in Spain as it is. It is on Saturday. So in New Orleans, they do a running with the bulls, but they do it with roller bulls, and it's a fundraiser. And I forget what the group it fundraises for, but something amazing in New Orleans. And so people dress up as the runners, and then the bulls are basically, I'm going to call them derby girls. I don't know that they are, but I would call it derby roller skate,
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
roller derby
roller
girls
derby.
that then come out and chase you. And so they're on their roller blades, and they have styrofoam bats or pool noodles. And they basically race through the crowd, beating shit out of everybody with pool noodles.
So hang on, I can get chased by girls beating.
Yes, and you didn't. But it was
Because
at
you
7
needed a
a.m.
nap.
It was at 7 a.m. also on
Yeah,
that
it was-
day.
you had
I went to
wake
bed
up
at
early the
I went to bed
next
at
day.
5 a.m.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
If you just stayed up, you could have done it. But anyway, so that was why
Could have powered
that
through.
theme
Right.
was presented, and it actually was one of our chosen themes. So it was really cool, and that was Friday. And so, but you guys actually we all had sexy fun
We
on
did.
Friday night.
We did.
We had an
You wanna
amazing
talk
time.
about your
so
sexy fun?
we
That
had-
was your
earlier in the week. Crimson and I had connected with a couple that we saw a couple of times, and so we arranged to meet with them on this
That night, yeah.
So we met them in the lobby, and we talked about what would you like to do, and we understood really quickly that they were very
Very new.
new.
Very
Very new. Like I think we were the first couple that they had been with, and so we had a very long conversation then about what their boundaries were and what they wanted to do and what they didn't want to do, and that we were completely flexible and whatever. We offered them to come to our room or to go to the playrooms because we didn't want to put that pressure on them to be in the playrooms. And they said, no, we want to go to the playrooms. But then semi-private.
Right. They
in
didn't want the
playrooms.
group.
Yeah, they want to be in the group room. And totally understood. So we went to to a semi-private room up on the 2M floor. And we just had an amazing time.
Yeah,
it was the
smile on her face.
Oh my God! They're just amazing. First of all,
they're so sweet.
They're people that even before any of this, we knew that we were lifelong friends with them. And they're an amazing couple. We love them, and so when we actually got up to the play floor, we then reiterated the entire conversation over again because we knew this was very new for them. And they're like, "No, we're all in," and so we had a really amazing time.
We had a fun time.
Yeah,
it was fun.
A very fun time with them. And every time I looked at her, and I just wanted to make this a really incredible experience for her.
Yes, for both of them.
And yes, and so every time I looked at her, she just was beaming, and so I felt very good about that.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
it was a good experience.
It was an amazing experience.
I don't know that I've ever been anybody's first.
I don't think I have either.
Yeah,
and so. Yeah, that was very heartening for me and very humbling for me, and it made me feel really great.
And we were very conscious about not being pushy and just taking it slow for them because we wanted it to be special for them. It wasn't about us.
I hope that it was. It was totally about them, and I hope that it was.
Yeah.
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was a great night.
That's awesome.
Great night. And then
we went to the group room.
Yeah, and so we hung out with them for a little while, and then they left, and so then there was still time left. So we went to the group room, and then so we're playing in the group room. There was a couple wound up on the bed next to us, and so I was on top of you, and I was on top of Crimson, and I kept looking over, and there was this woman who was riding her husband. And she kept looking at me, and I was looking at her, and we were smiling at each other. And I'm like, all right. So then I looked down at Crimson, and I looked back, and this woman was still smiling at me. And so she leaned over and said,
"Can my husband touch?"
Yeah. So this is a really great way to say this.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this a couple of times as a foursome here. She said, "Can my husband touch you?" And we've not had that happen before. Usually it's, can I touch you, whatever. She said, "Can my husband touch you?" And I looked and I said, "I don't, let me ask." And so I looked down at Crimson and she said, and Crimson responded, yes. And so he started touching. And so I said, "Can I touch you?" And she said, yes. And so it was a really great, organic, completely consensual way for this to happen. Right. It doesn't always go that smoothly in group situations. I mean, we always kind of joke about like the nod, but this was a much better way to go about it. It really was. So we were all kind of touching each other, and then she leaned over to me and said, "Do you want to swap?" And so I said, "Let me ask." And so I asked you, and you said yes. And so we flip-flopped, and we had a really amazing time with this couple. I mean, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Which is something that you both, and we have also talked about, but you both have been hoping that would happen organically.
Right.
In other events and at other scenarios and things like that. So we've had it happen organically at Caliente a couple of times, but not at like these big events. And so this was really amazing that it happened this way. And it was and it really was completely organic. A very sexy couple.
Yeah.
And so it just, everything was perfect the way that worked out. Yeah. And we had a really nice time. And good. So we exchanged information at the end, and so hopefully we'll see them again.
It was fun.
Yeah, but that's how our running the Bulls night ended.
Our running the Bulls night wasn't terrible either.
Our running the Bulls night was not terrible. So for a variety of reasons, we've had a bit of a dry spell.
It's been rough.
We had talked a little bit coming into this. We knew we were going to be super busy. We knew we were going to be at the dungeon most of the time. So our whole attitude coming in was basically whatever happens, happens.
I had zero expectations.
Like
I knew I'd be exhausted. So
zero expectations. But
we play with anybody.
what happened, which was really nice, was the week before Naughty, I got a text from someone that I had been closer to years ago. As it turns out, we kind of figured all of this out as the week evolved. The last time I saw them was the year that we met. And I totally didn't know it until after I got the text and we started talking, but you met them that year too. And you were like, oh, they'll never remember me.
Right.
And I said,
I was with another play partner. I wasn't even with Tristan. I was with
right.
my other play partner that I see at night.
And so I texted them back and I said, oh, it seems like you've heard. And they were like, oh, yeah, we totally remember her. And so we kicked it around a couple of times. We talked to them a couple of times and we said, look, our schedule is crazy, but we would kind of like to try and get together with you if you can be really flexible and work on short notice. And so we stayed in touch. And this night we connected somewhere early in the evening and we said, we'd like to get together tonight. We have to go to the dungeon. We have to do this. We have to do the other thing. And we'll meet you in the dungeon later and we'll just see how it goes. And they were lovely. And we all met up in the dungeon and we talked for a few minutes and they were staying at the Nopsy. So we all agreed to just go up to their room and we did. We had a lovely evening.
We did.
And it was really comfortable because it was a really easy re-entry for us because it was someone we knew. It was someone I had history with.
You did. I did not.
You did not, but I had history with them. And so most of the awkwardness really just wasn't there. We didn't have to deal with it. It was very, I don't want to say it was transactional. It was just very comfortable. It was let's all do this.
Easy.
Let's talk. Let's have a good time. Right. Let's take our clothes off. Let's jump in bed. Let's have a good time. Let's lay around naked and talk some more. And that's a really cool, that's a cool encounter when you can do all of that. And then again, we're still fucking exhausted. So we wrapped it up reasonably early.
It was still a couple of hours. Yeah.
One-ish,
something like
maybe.
that. Yeah.
And headed back to our room. But it was a really lovely evening. It was nice to reconnect with someone from years back because that's another aspect of the lifestyle. I mean, once you've made a connection with someone, even if you don't see them for an extended time, that connection is still there. You can pick it back up. Things change, of course. It won't be exactly the same. But the familiarity and the comfort, they generally just fall right back into place. And that's really nice.
I had not had the opportunity. I had met them before, but had not played with them. So for me, It was a brand new experience, but with them as a couple. But what I wanted to point out between the four of us is that, so we're all talking about the fact that this was a different event for us. I know we'll all hold hands and be so cute together. But it was a different event because you two kind of by default had to just go. If you were going to meet people, you had to go. You couldn't count on us. Same for us. And although we were exhausted and ourselves a lot by being so tired, it was nice for us to have that opportunity to connect with a couple, even though you had already connected. I mean, especially that you had connected before, and I had met them. So it was fabulous and wonderful, and they were amazing, and it just felt so good, and I could not have asked for something better for.
We were so happy for you.
We genuinely were happy. And if you guys are listening as listeners, and it's been a long time for me, and it's been challenging, and it was a fabulous connection with folks that was just easy and wonderful because they're easy and wonderful people.
And we talked over the course of the week. One of the things that is super challenging for us at events like this is that we're so busy, we're so involved, things go sideways, the phone rings all the time. We can't walk from one end of the ballroom to the other without stopping for 20, 30-minute conversations along the way. And so it's super challenging to make plans with someone and say, at 8 o'clock on Thursday night, we're going to meet here and go to your room. We just can't.
Right.
Because we will, without meaning to, have to break those plans more often than not. So it was really nice to have someone that we knew, that we were comfortable with, that we could just say, if you can be flexible, we'd love to try and make this work. But you have to be really flexible. It's the only way. And they were so gracious about it.
They were.
And it was nice.
It was amazing.
And we found the same, and because we had a few couples that the exact same
just
thing.
could not.
And us too
we
on
had-
Saturday
yeah.
night. We struck out twice on Saturday night because the couples we were trying to connect with, everything just showed.
Yeah.
We had actually a couple other couples on Saturday. Same thing. Yeah, just couldn't.
So
couldn't connect. Yeah,
exactly. So and
it can be
y'all,
challenging.
you know who you are, and
Yeah, you do.
We
we're
love
still
you
around.
guys. We still
Next
gonna
year.
connect with you next
Yep.
time. Yes.
Come to Caliente
Yeah.
in September for our hosted weekend.
Or swingcation.
Or swingcation, yes.
Or splash events.
Yes,
or
yes.
Naughty New Orleans next year.
Yep. We're here.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about. I'll see you next year.
That's right. Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about. See you there. It's a
Yes.
date. I don't care who any of the others that you're with. It's me. I'm your date.
Saturday.
I know. Anyways, it was awesome. That was our.
And we do
big-
come
that-
as a quad, by the way. So,
Oh, yeah.
or all of us. Yep.
Any connection, any way. Clearly, we've all decided we are mix and match compatible.
We even have a T-shirt.
Yeah,
We do have a
Yeah,
T-shirt.
that talks about it. But anyways, that was truly
Friday.
our
Yeah.
kind of for all four of us.
It was a great night.
It was a
It
great
was.
night.
Yeah,
It
that
we
was-
all
really
had our
was.
experiences,
It really was.
and we are happy for each other
We
to have
are
our
absolutely
experiences,
thrilled,
and it just solidifies everything with being a poly quad. That
A
being
swinging
a
poly
a
quad.
swinging and
Let's
open.
be clear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ethically non-monogamous, open swinging, kinky, polyamorous quad.
Yes.
Yes, Foursome. Yes,
Foursome.
absolutely,
Foursome. Yep.
absolutely. So that really just kind of solidified all of that and allowed us a little bit of freedom
Yes.
to move forward even more with working out whatever dynamic works within our
Yes.
quad and within our couple. So thank you all for all of that because it was pretty awesome. It was
Agreed.
pretty hot.
And thank you.
So wrapping this all up,
Saturday.
Saturday, almost wrapping it up, Saturday to Sunday.
Another great day.
Another great
So
day.
good. So we did our rope class.
Yep.
So we finally
Beginner.
taught a class.
Beginner bedroom
We
bondage
normally
rope.
do 4 to 5 classes.
Yeah.
We had 0 classes until I'm like, we need a rope class.
Yeah, we need to
We should teach a class. So we taught beginner bondage rope,
Beginner bedroom bondage
beginner
rope.
bedroom, and how was it?
Oh my God. It was off the chain.
It was
standing room
people-
only.
Yes, it was.
Again,
Standing room only.
people came in. We spread the chairs out further. More people came in. We brought more chairs in. More people came in. And then literally we had to stand at the door and say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's no more room.
Well, hang on.
We had to borrow Scott's rope
Right.
because
For our
we didn't
extra
have
rope.
enough.
Yeah, it was awesome.
But for
It was-
context, this was at what, 10:30 in the morning?
Yeah.
10:30
Yeah,
in
it
the
was
morning.
Saturday.
We didn't expect
Saturday.
anybody.
After
Third
people-
day.
After people have been going hard for days, including us, and we're like,
We're
I
like,
hope nobody
we're gonna
shows
be,
up.
I know. We're like, we're gonna be lucky if there's one other couple, and then we're just gonna do, hey, y'all want to go to breakfast?
Yeah.
Well, let's do that. Wait,
Totally
yeah,
didn't
nope.
expect it.
So we have
my
done this
God.
class at Naughty 3 years in a row. We've done it at Kinky College 3 years in a row. We've
Yeah.
done
Yep.
it at other at Beyond Leather. We've done it at other
Swingcation.
swingcations.
Yeah.
Yes,
Swingcation.
we've done this class many times. We've never had this many people, and so we were shocked,
Yeah.
Yeah, we had,
and we were so happy.
we
And
probably had 30 couples.
it was
Easily.
crazy.
At least, yeah.
Yeah.
And we literally did. We ran out of rope, and we borrowed
in a
rope,
room
and we
that
still
held
ran out of
40
rope,
people.
and we had to tell
Yeah.
people we
And
can't
there
take
we
it.
are, half asleep.
It always,
I mean, literally half asleep.
It always happens when I schedule us in a small room. It's overflowing. When if I then next year I'll put us in a huge room and there'll be
Yeah,
like
like
4
six
people.
couples.
Yeah, 4
Yeah.
people will show.
So if you were there, you didn't get the best of us because we were.
But you got the most intimate of
You
us.
got the most intimate of us, but,
But-
yeah.
It was
But-
awesome.
Okay, so we have taught this class everywhere over and over because we
It's our
love
favorite.
this f***ing
It's our
class.
favorite.
So, as I said earlier, one of my great joys in life is putting rope on someone for the first time and watching them enjoy that. One of my second greatest pleasures in class or in life is teaching someone else how to tie their own partners up. And you see the light in their eyes and the excitement and the smiles, and it is just so fulfilling. I love everything about it. And then The next night in the dungeon, you see them and they're like, we bought rope.
They did. It was the sweetest thing ever. Oh my God. That night, they were like, we bought rope. Look, we're going to do the things. And we're like, that is so awesome because we taught you very simple stuff, but once you learn the pieces, parts. Anyways, that's another class for another event.
Yep.
But it was awesome.
It was amazing and we loved it. And for everyone who came, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You guys were amazing, and we hope to bring that to other folks every year from now on because that was just awesome. It was awesomely amazing.
And then
Oh, I took Reed's strap-on class, which was a lot of fun.
that's all you're going to say, really?
Yes, well,
so take all the names out and just, what did you do in the class?
A fun class.
I actually didn't try it, but I ended up taking the class with another woman, and anyway, so she got to use
One of your
my strap-ons, which was really hot to watch.
And
we're talking about introducing some of that in some of our swingcations.
Yes. It was a really good class.
Forward.
It was a really, really good class. It was one of the paid classes, and that I had never taken a paid class before at Naughty, so it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Very, very cool.
I had total FOMO because
You did.
I was in an industry class, which was being responsible. But it was great.
Good.
It was great. It was a great session that we had, with some industry folks, and the three of us, Myrina and Phoenixx and myself. Well, Crimson was off in her strap-on class, so we were talking business, and but it was great. It was a great session. So we're this is how we're trying to move forward, with the Accidental Swingers and with Swinky Life, and but. So we did the right things that we needed to do.
Yes, we did.
But as soon as we got done, I'm like, tell me about your strap-on class. I want to know what happened. Because I'm thinking, what's going on in the other room?
So besides that, we also, that night though, that was Mardi Gras night. So
Yes.
Saturday night is historically, that's the end of the event. And it's always, the Mardi Gras is always the theme. And that is when they named the kings and the queens for that year for Naughty New Orleans. And as past kings and queens, we were the 2023. Yes. This year's 2025. Yes. So we were the 2023 kings and queens. We get to participate in that celebration. So we are always asked, we will now forever be asked to join folks on stage and throw beads. And it is an event that we will also never miss, like the parade. This year we did not miss that. Anyways,
so we could stay up and do
that.
No,
so the beads, it's so fun, and it's such an honor to be up there because we represent. We were chosen and to represent Naughty New Orleans and something that it means. This year, the amazing king and queen were, and I don't know their names, and I so apologize, but she is the No Miss.
Yes,
she's the No Miss Swimsuit.
Miss No Swimsuit.
Miss No Swimsuit. She won it here at Naughty, but then they do other competitions throughout the year, and she's been to other events and won the No Miss Swimsuit as the Naughty ambassador, so to speak. And so, and she and her partner are always gracious and lovely and are spreading the message of Naughty New Orleans and alternative love and lifestyles throughout the world. They travel the world and they are fabulous ambassadors for the kings and for the king and queen of Naughty New Orleans. So I'm so excited that they won that this year. We had an amazing time throwing out beads and being able to be up on stage and celebrate with everybody. It's so much fun, and it's just a highlight now that will always be a highlight for us that not everybody gets to do. So we really value that.
So the last 2 years in particular, the very first year that we went to Naughty New Orleans, John and Jackie Melfi were the kings and queens.
Yes,
and I remember in 2018, and I remember being on the floor and them up on the stage throwing beads. And I was so happy. And because I was there and, we were brand new in the lifestyle.
And
And
you're like, look at these icons.
I know, exactly.
These icons of the lifestyle, and they're like 20 feet away.
And so
Look,
in
Melfies.
in 2023, when we were called up onto the stage, the four of us, to be the kings and queens, it was like, I want to cry right now thinking about it. And so last year and this year, being up on the stage and throwing beads out to everybody, this is so not my comfort zone. For those of you who know me through the podcast, I mean, it's a reach for me, but I fucking love it. I love being on stage now, and I love it. So I'm always going to look forward to this. And, and Saturday night was just amazing. I just fucking loved being up there. I love standing there. I love throwing beads. I love, dancing up there. I love kissing you. I love kissing you. I love kissing like everybody who wanted to kiss me.
Every woman on the planet.
I love putting beads on everybody. I mean, I thought it was amazing. So have I changed and grown in the last several years?
Gosh.
Absolutely.
Exponentially.
Yeah. So Saturday night was an amazing night for me. And the last, the last couple of, Saturday nights at Naughty Nolans have just been amazing for me. And so I look forward to that so much, and always will.
It's always a true standout night.
Incredibly powerful.
Yeah. Anything from you guys on that one? It was awesome.
It was.
But it only gets better.
It always.
So really fast, let's wrap up the rest of that. So you guys can talk about your night. We'll end our night early because our night kind of ended early.
We kept going.
We kept going.
I didn't have it in me, and I mean, the level of exhaustion, unfortunately, took its toll. And unfortunately, Phoenixx, I looked at him and I said, I don't even know what to do. I don't want to tour the play floors. And our whole goal was to have sex in the dungeon, and we never did.
And we looked at each other and said,
we can go back.
There's 3 hours.
Yep.
We can go back.
And we were so exhausted.
And we were like, I don't think I could walk over there.
Yeah. So for us, our lesson learned was we need to commit to what we want to do and do it early on. Yeah. So if it happens a second time, yay, but at least we didn't miss out. But we missed out on really the two main things that were most important to us, which was scening in the dungeon, and then playing in the dungeon. And we didn't do either.
Well, but they weren't the most important. The most important was
correct.
making an amazing experience for hundreds of other people.
You watching that and seeing what you guys created was brought you joy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was more important.
You're right. You're right. I was being a little selfish,
but
not gonna lie.
I'm sad that you guys didn't get to do that because you worked so hard.
But we made the conscious decision that it was going to be really rough to try and get back over there and force ourselves to do something. Yeah. So for us, I mean, the pure exhaustion, I cannot relate how much the exhaustion takes hold.
Yeah.
Like you just don't even, you sit down and you're just out. So I know we pushed our bodies to places we hadn't been in a long time. So unfortunately, that meant that we weren't able to participate in any more fun group play. We barely held on for ourselves, gave it our own hurrah. But again, this naughty was not necessarily about us, and it actually turned out to be a lot about us. Mm-hmm. A lot about us as a four, but the event was about building the space and building the place and having the dungeon doing something. It turned into way more than we thought it ever would. The experiences turned into way more than we ever thought it would. And the people having their experiences were off the charts. I am not kidding. I would say at least 100 people, and I'm not exaggerating, came up to me and said, this has been the most amazing space and place that I've ever seen. And that had even nothing to do with the actual parties and things over the Astor and the education. They were talking about the dungeon. So we put our heart and soul into it. It showed.
Yep.
That we put our heart and soul into it. We had nothing. We had no gas left in the tank at all, but it was worth it.
It was great.
So,
yeah, you guys did an
So I just
job.
want to explain that part, as now they're going to tell about their amazing pickup play in the playrooms that we did not get to have because we were passed out.
Yeah. We
To the group room.
Yep. So we went back to our room and changed into our sexy outfits. And hang on. So we left our super fucking sexy outfits. We were all dressed to the nines. We all looked amazing. The four of us.
Changing shirt.
Yeah, we all four looked amazing.
Sexy pants, both of you.
Yeah.
I know.
They have got some super sexy.
The Amazon link. We'll put it in. We'll put it in the comments down below because their pants look amazing on both of them.
Yep.
Yep.
So we went back to our rooms and changed into our sexy playroom outfits. We went back up there, and so we were looking for a particular couple.
Yep.
That we had day one, and so I've been texting with him throughout the week, really, and so we were trying to connect with them, and then but we couldn't find them.
We couldn't find them.
Yeah, so we started in the group room, looked around, we went to the crystal room, couldn't find, they weren't there. So on the way from the crystal room to the tantra room, which is where we were going to go, we ran into a single gentleman that
who I'd been texting with earlier in the week, but because of our schedules, I could not connect. So I just wasn't sure if it was him or not, but I took a guess, and it was him. I was like, "Yay!"
So you turned to me and said, "No, you said, well, we're looking for a couple. No, we're looking for a couple that we had tried to connect with." And I said, "Whoa.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and let's.
And I thank you for that.
Let's play with this dude right now because he's right here, right now. And so we went to a semi-private room.
Yep.
Had a very nice time. Yep. Really nice three-way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun.
We both had a good time. So yeah.
So then we were done with that.
Then we went to the group room.
Yep.
And we decided, well, let's just play here in this bed in the group room. And we found a place. Actually, it was near the corner.
It was near the corner.
It was in that same right-hand corner, but not that corner.
Yeah.
But and so we hopped on a bed and we started playing. And there was this foursome in the bed next to us, and they were just having the best time.
They were
which
fun.
Maybe is what drew us to them. I don't know, but they had a great energy.
Just something told me to
they had a great energy.
Stop there.
Yeah.
So you were fucking me, and they're saying random Spanish words, like, say something in Spanish.
Yeah, the woman kept saying, say something in Spanish again, and he's like, quesadilla, or
caliente.
Yeah, I mean, whatever,
And we are looking at each other, and we are cracking up.
We're laughing. So I looked up, and so one of the four of the women, like, I made eye contact with her because I was laughing, and she was laughing, and we're like, this is fun. And then so we kept going. They kept going, and then at some point, one of the women looked over at me and said, "Can I touch her?" And I said, "Let me ask her." So you said, "Yep." And so that's how that started.
Then the other lady came over.
Yeah, and
asked.
Yeah, the other one asked, and so you had told me. So you were really tired.
I was so tired that night, and we were walking. We had gotten changed, and we're walking.
This is after your encounter with your single guy.
Yeah, and I was just like, I just want to be a pillow princess. I've never been a pillow princess in my life, but
recently she has not in the last 2 weeks, in the last 5 days, we're gonna back it up. If naughty, she was not a pillow princess.
With other people, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I was just so tired. I just wanted to kind of lay there, but anyway. So next thing I know, I've got these two ladies like sucking my nipples, and then their husbands came up, and at some point I'm sucking one of their cocks, and
I'm fucking you.
You're fucking one of them.
Oh yeah, well first of all,
you were fucking me for a while.
I was fucking you, and you had a woman on each nipple, and then one of the husbands in your mouth, and then we all rotated around,
and then one of the ladies went down on me while you were fucking me. That felt really good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yes, right. I was fucking you, and she was licking your clit.
Yeah.
And
oh my gosh, yeah. Really good.
That's always good. That's a fan favorite. And then I asked one of the women, is it okay? Do you want to swap? And she said yes. And so then I started her, and then I think
her husband came over.
Yeah.
We were.
And then
the other couple, we were all like 6 of us.
We just kind of all rotated around. I asked every woman, and she said yes, and so I fucked her, and then we just kept rotating, and it was super hot.
It was hot. It's so much fun because
6 ways don't always work well, but this
That
6 way
did.
worked well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it did.
and maybe because we were the new ones, like if like
Yeah, you never
Yeah, it
had
could
to
be.
see
Yeah,
it.
right,
usually,
exactly.
Yeah,
because
when the
everything
six, when
because
four
everything
of us
was
bring
new.
in one other couple, it's always awkward.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always weird.
but it
It's
just
always
worked.
awkward.
It was yeah.
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
this
worked.
it worked. Yeah,
Yeah, it
and
was
so
fun.
we
They were
And
fun.
they may not have known each other either, so it was all.
No,
No,
they
they
did.
had
No,
known-
they traveled
yeah,
together.
they-
Yeah, so they go on
yeah.
blues
They had known
cruises
each other
together.
for a
They,
bit.
yeah. So they knew each other, and so but they're dear friends, kind of like us.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not nearly as friendly as we are, but we don't know that. And so no, we had an amazing time. So they have a great connection. In other
Mm-hmm.
words, once again, after we were done, I wasn't done, but everybody else was done.
Oh, the poor guy was. They were tired too.
They-
I mean,
they
by
were-
this point, it was like 3
Well,
something.
you have a
But-
bionic
and we
dick,
were.
so-
I know.
But at one point, I remember. So the last woman that I was with, and I so wanted to be with her. But she's so. I mean,
know.
there's both beautiful ladies, but like she's my type.
Yeah.
And so happily she, she's like, oh yeah. And so happily she was accepting twice, but she said, we were just coming down here for 5 minutes to check it out.
They had not planned on
No.
playing, and
Oh,
then
my.
then the 4 of them ended
And
up
like
on the corner.
And an hour and a half later, and
So they were all
they
so
were
tired.
exhausted. We were exhausted. They were
And
exhausted.
then it was like you could tell things were slowing down a lot in the playroom, in the
Yeah.
group playroom.
because they were like they were closing down the rest of the floor. You could tell because because we know what it's like to close down the playroom, and
single
because
time.
whenever
Although we never closed it down, did we?
but when they're shutting down the other rooms,
Oh,
and
yeah,
people
they
are
were-
shuffling.
I was just
into
going
the-
to say, I don't remember who it was we were talking to, but we heard the other side of this conversation somewhere the next day where they were like, yeah, it got a little slow, so we just started closing the side rooms down and
Yeah, that's
herding
exactly what they
people
were
into
doing.
the main
that's
room.
Normal.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Yeah, but that's big event.
Yes.
Protocol.
Very cool.
But and so we wound up sitting. I mean, we were all laying around naked at
Yeah, just talking.
and just talking, and we got their
was-
contact information, connected with them too, and
It was fun. It was fun.
It was great because, and we said as we were going back up the elevators to our room, like, these are people that we would be friends with, and that's one of the amazing things is that like we had a lot of pickup play. And it was all people that we would be friends with.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the night, when we were done, we all kind of just laid around naked talking.
Just talking.
And it was
Getting to
fun.
know
And because,
each other.
our lifestyle people are so amazing. And lifestyle
We
people are
are.
amazing.
We're-
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, these are people that like, even if we didn't just you, we would be friends with you.
Fuck
And-
first,
We're
talk
happy
later.
to be
I don't
friends
know.
with
I
you.
know. But
That's
so
okay.
that's what we love about this event. That's what we love about all events. That's what we love about our lifestyle.
Yeah.
And the people that work in New Orleans, like at the restaurants, they love us because
Yes,
I
they
think
do.
we are so generous. They always love
Naughty-
them.
the naughty
the naughty
attendees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because I think
We do hear that.
We hear
They
that
love
from,
it when-
they
the
love it when
service
it's
people
our
all the time,
week.
service workers
Yeah.
all the time.
So I'm going to say that's pretty
Yeah.
much our week.
that is our week.
I mean, we had Sunday and we
Yep.
whatever.
We did have our anniversary
We had our
dinner.
polyversary dinner. It was great at the
Polyversary.
Chop House. And
Let's
things,
just say
but
really quickly, we did have our polyversary dinner at the Chop House. And
Amazing.
if you ever are in New Orleans, go to the Chop House. It was incredible.
Yeah, it was. It will be back. We will
Yes.
go back for that
Definitely.
too. But I don't want to. I'm Sunday. Everybody's leaving and things like that. So and we stayed a little bit longer because there was work to do and that's boring. This was, we all said, hands down for us as a foursome, the best Naughty New Orleans that we've had. And for whatever reason, the way that it worked out, the way that we had to work, and we had work to do. We had things we committed to. We made things were a million times better than we ever imagined that they would be. And I think we did something amazing for a lot of amazing people. We did something amazing for ourselves. You guys had an amazing event. You had amazing opportunities to participate in the kink world and show the other side of what some sensual kink and things can do. And it was just hands down off the charts. Again, if you'd asked us 2 weeks ago how this was going to go, we would have been like, we don't know. We're just hoping for the best. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the best
And it
one
was
ever.
the hardest, the busiest, the most we worked, the most exhausted I've ever been, including the first time when we went and I was wiped out and falling asleep when we talked. I don't want to overextend myself as much next time, but it was amazing.
It was the best
epic.
one
It
by
was
far.
epic.
It was epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good word.
And for no other reason to say that we would hope that you guys all join us next year. We hope that you all join us next year.
Yeah.
We're not kidding. We don't make it up, and it is just amazing. And the event is what you make it. We've said that from day one. We'll say it always. We will help. We'll help connect folks. So many folks in our group connect with each other and make friends, lifelong friends, whether they're playmates or not. But if you've never been to Naughty in New Orleans, please come to Naughty in New Orleans. Come with our group. Come with us. Meet with us. We'll introduce you to folks, and you'll have an amazing time. We met a couple in the bar on the last day that we were there, and they were like, it was fun, but we didn't really know each other. And they said, we didn't really know a lot of folks. And we said, why did you should have reached out. We would have loved for you to reach out. Oh, we're not really sure. We should have done that. No, reach out, be part of the community,
Be part of our group,
because you
yes.
would have known at least 40 other people that were there, if not more, when you show up. So find your community, find your tribe. We say find your tribe and enjoy the vibe.
Yes.
That's our new thing. Find your tribe and enjoy the vibe. It may not be us, maybe others. Find the folks. You will have an amazing time. It was just off the chains.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we hope that you join us next year at Naughty in New Orleans in 2026. The link will be below if you want to sign up through our group. We would love that. We will be at other events. We'll be at Splash Houston in a few months.
No, wait,
Yeah.
2 weeks. 2
Okay,
weeks.
a few
Yes.
weeks. A few weeks. We'll be at Splash Fort Lauderdale in a few
In a
months.
couple of months. We have
we'll
our
be hosting
takeover.
a weekend in Caliente in a few months. We'll be headed to Swincation in Hito in October. You can always look at our website on our events page for our upcoming events, because we are doing things throughout the rest of the entire year. If you want to join us, we would love to have you. We would love to meet you. And we truly, honestly say, if you see us, please come up and say hello. We are just us.
Yep.
We want to talk. We want to hear your stories. We want to hear what this lifestyle has done for you, and how it has improved your relationship, your connections, and how you live your life. So if it's done anything nearly as much as it's done for you as it has for us, we want to hear those stories and hear what you have to say. So please introduce yourselves, say hi, and we would love to meet you.
Absolutely.
Anything else?
I can't say anything more than
I
that.
can't think of anything. Reach out on our socials. Our new Instagram for Swinky Life is what?
Swinky.life.
Swinky.life. On Instagram, we also at Accidental Swingers. You are,
At Myrina Tristan.
and you are at Crimson Dragon. Crimson dot
Swinky
Life. Just type in Crimson. There are not a
Yeah.
lot, and it will be our
Yeah.
our logo with the hand heart kind of. Oh yeah, that logo. This logo right here. Yeah, there you go. It looks like that. Her logo. That's where we are on Instagram. You can find us. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on X. Not as much, but we are there. But reach out to us anytime. You can also email us, Myrina at Accidental Swingers or Tristan at Accidental Swingers as well. And so ask us if you have any questions. We're happy to meet you guys. We love meeting up. We hope you have as much fun at these events as we do. And we hope you join us at these events coming
Absolutely.
up, because they're amazing. It's what you make it. It's fantastic. And it's take the chance, dip your toe in and see what happens. It'll be fabulous. We promise. Sort of. I always say it's up to them. Can't promise that as
It's
much,
up to
but
you.
it's up to you.
Yes.
But we'll help you as much as we can.
Right.
So thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.